AFC West Rivalry, Chiefs vs. Chargers, 2025 Season Preview. The AFC West is heating up. The Chiefs and Chargers are ready to battle for supremacy. But who will come out on top? Get ready for an in-depth look at the rivalry as we break down key matchups and storylines for the 2025 season. The Chiefs and Chargers, two titans of the AFC West, locked in a fierce battle for dominance. We're diving deep into this rivalry, analyzing the key factors that will determine who reigns supreme in 2025. With Kansas City chasing a historic three-peat after a 40-22 Super Bowl 59 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, and Los Angeles building momentum under Jim Harbaugh's second year, the stakes are higher than ever. The Chiefs have ruled the AFC West threat. Let's break down the rosters, key matchups, coaching battles, and bold predictions for their two clashes in 2020. Kansas City holding a 7-game winning streak against Los Angeles, including a 19-17 nail-biter in 2024 Seaside Showdown. The rematch in Week 15 at Arrowhead Stadium could decide the AFC West crown. The Chiefs' 15-2 record and number 1 AFC seed in 2024 contrast with their Super Bowl struggles, where Mahomes was sacked 6 times and pressured on 40% of dropbacks. The Chargers, fresh off a wild card loss to Houston, are poised to capitalize on their revamped roster and Harbaugh's culture. Roster breakdown. Kansas City Chiefs. Strengths. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Mahomes, with a 98.2 passer rating in the fourth quarter and 108.6 in the playoffs, remains the NFL's clutch king. Reid's 19-3 record in season openers gives the Chiefs an edge in Week 1. The duo's ability to win close games, 10-0 in one-possession games in 2024, is unmatched. Defensive prowess. Steve Spagnuolo's unit allowed 19.2 points per game in 2024, ranking among the league's best. Chris Jones anchors a front that added Omar Normanlott, DT, Round 2, and Ashton Gillate, DE, Round 3, in the 2025 draft, bolstering pass rush depth despite concerns about their immediate impact. Draft steals. First-round OT Josh Simmons, number 32, addresses the left tackle woes exposed in Super Bowl 59, with his 82.2 PFF pass-blocking grade. Fourth-round WR Jalen Royals, 600 projected receiving yards, and seventh-round RB Brashard Smith, 8 projected touchdowns, add offensive firepower. Weaknesses. Offensive line questions. While Simmons is a potential star, his recovery from a 2024 patellar tendon injury is critical. Jawan Taylor's 42 penalties over 2 seasons and Kingsley Suamataya's inexperience create uncertainty. Receiver depth. Rashee Rice's ACL recovery and Travis Kelce's age, 35, put pressure on Xavier Worthy and Royals. Worthy's 85 receiving yards in the AFC Championship show promise, but the group lacks proven depth. Defensive rookies. Normanlott's limited college snaps, 17.3 per game, and Gallott's drop in production, 4.5 sacks in 2024 versus 11 in 2023, raise bust concerns, potentially limiting defensive growth. Los Angeles Chargers. Strengths. Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh. Herbert's elite arm and Harbaugh's run-heavy, trench-focused philosophy produced 11 wins in 2024. Additions like RB Najee Harris, first-round RB Amarian Hampton, and second-round WR Trey Harris enhance the offense. Defensive core. Led by Derwin James Jr., the Chargers' defense ranked top 5 in scoring defense in 2024. New additions like CB Dante Jackson and trade acquisition DB Elijah Molden bolster a secondary that lost Asante Samuel Jr. and Christian Fulton. Run game. Hampton and Harris join Hassan Haskins to form a robust backfield, addressing the Chiefs' weakness against explosive runs, 33 runs of 10-plus yards allowed in 2024, last in the NFL. Weaknesses. Interior offensive line. The loss of Josh Palmer and minimal veteran additions, only Mekhi Becton signed, leave the interior line vulnerable, especially against Chris Jones. Secondary depth. Losing Samuel and Fulton could expose the Chargers against Mahomes' deep passes to Worthy and Royals, despite Jackson's addition. Historical struggles. The Chargers' 7-game losing streak to the Chiefs and inability to make critical plays late, e.g., 2024's last-second loss, remain a mental hurdle. Key matchups. Week 1, Chiefs vs. Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil, September 5th. Mahomes vs. Chargers secondary. Mahomes' 108.6 playoff passer rating in clutch moments will test a revamped Chargers secondary. Dante Jackson and Elijah Molden must contain Worthy, who torched defenses for 85 yards in the AFC Championship. Advantage: Chiefs, as Mahomes exploits new DBs adjusting to Jesse Minter's scheme. Chargers run game versus Chiefs front. The Chargers trio of Harris, Hampton, and Haskins faces a Chiefs defense weak against the run. Norman Lott's undisciplined run defense, 18 tackles in 2024, could be a liability. Advantage: Chargers, with Hampton projected to gain 100-plus yards. Simmons versus Joey Bosa/Khalil Mack. Rookie OT Josh Simmons, if healthy, faces a brutal test against Bosa and Mack, who combined for 15 sacks in 2024. Simmons' 82.2 PFF pass blocking grade suggests he can hold up, but any rust could lead to 2 to 3 sacks. Advantage: Push, depending on Simmons' recovery. Week 15, Chargers at Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium. Herbert versus Spagnuolo's blitzes. Spagnuolo's aggressive schemes, 36% blitz rate in 2024, will pressure Herbert, whose ankle injury history and weaker interior line could lead to 4-plus sacks. Advantage: Chiefs, as Spagnuolo's creativity overwhelms Becton. Chiefs skill players versus Chargers linebackers. Royals and Smith's YAC ability. Royals, 7.9 YAC/reception. Smith, 90.8 PFF receiving grade, will test LBs like Diane Henley. Kelsey's declining speed may limit his impact, but Royals could exploit zone coverage. Advantage: Chiefs, with Royals projected for 80-plus yards. Harbaugh's run-heavy scheme versus Chiefs depth. The Chiefs' defensive depth, with Jones and rookie Norman Lott, faces Harbaugh's ground attack. Arrowhead's hostile environment could disrupt the Chargers' rhythm. Advantage: Chiefs, as home field tilts close games. Coaching and intangibles. Andy Reid versus Jim Harbaugh. Reid's 19-3 season opener record and 9 straight AFC West titles give him the edge, but Harbaugh's 11-6 debut and Michigan-honed culture make him a rising star. Harbaugh's familiarity with Minter's defense, for Michigan, could neutralize Spagnuolo's schemes in Week 1, but Reid's playoff savvy shines in Week 15. Neutral site advantage. The Brazil game levels the playing field, removing Arrowhead's noise factor. However, the Chiefs' extra prep week, Reid's forte, and Mahomes' clutch play tilt the scales. The Chargers' travel-heavy early schedule, 3 straight AFC West games, could lead to fatigue. Mental edge. The Chiefs' 7-game streak over the Chargers looms large, with ex-posts noting Los Angeles' failure to make necessary plays in critical moments. Harbaugh must overcome this psychological barrier. 2025 season outlook. The Chiefs remain favorites to win their 10th straight AFC West title, with a projected 12-5 record, leveraging Mahomes, Reid, and a top-tier defense. The Chargers, projected at 10-7 by some analysts, are a legitimate threat, with Herbert, Harbaugh, and a bolstered run game closing the gap. Ex-posts like at LAFB Network and at The Herd predict the Chargers could dethrone Kansas City, citing their revamped run game and soft schedule. However, PFSN's football playoff meter projects the Chiefs finishing third at 10-7 behind Denver, 12-5, and the Chargers, suggesting a tighter race. Bold predictions. Week 1, Brazil Chiefs win 27-24 in a shootout. Mahomes throws for 300 yards and 2 TDs, exploiting the Chargers' secondary. Hampton rushes for 120 yards, but a late Herbert interception seals it. Simmons holds Bosa to 1 sack, proving his worth. Week 15, Arrowhead Chiefs edge out 23-20 in a defensive struggle. Spagnuolo's blitzes force 2 Herbert turnovers, and Royal scores a 50-yard TD. The Chargers' run game stalls against Jones, but Herbert keeps it close with a late TD pass to Trey Harris. Season impact. The Chiefs go 2-0 against the Chargers, clinching the AFC West at 12-5. The Chargers finish 10-7, earning a wild card spot but falling short of the division crown due to their Week 15 loss. Verdict: Chiefs hold the edge, but Chargers are closing in. The Chiefs' experience, Mahomes' brilliance, and Reid's mastery give them the upper hand in 2025, especially at Arrowhead. The Chargers' improved roster and Harbaugh's vision make them a formidable challenger, but their interior line and secondary weaknesses could prove costly. The Week 1 Brazil game will set the tone, with Kansas City's neutral site edge and preparation likely securing a narrow victory. Week 15 will be a playoff-like battle, but the Chiefs' home advantage and defensive depth should prevail. The AFC West race could come down to the wire, with sentiment split. Some see a Chargers upset at Bolt Up Yo, while others back Kansas City's dynasty at Chiefs KNGDM Live. Which team do you think will win the AFC West in 2025? Will the Chargers finally snap their losing streak against the Chiefs? Share your thoughts below.